Okay, we'll let Coach start off with an opening statement, then we'll open it up for questions.
Okay, I just told our team I was proud of our fight. Fought hard. Right now we just, the 10 penalties stand out, 75 yards. I mean, that first drive, that was a tough one. There's no doubt about that. The 2 fumbles, especially early the first drive, we were driving, and then obviously on the 10-yard line we fumbled again early on. That wasn't good. I thought our defense did a lot of good things. That's a really good offense. Take away the third downs. We didn't do great on third downs, but everything else, I think they fought their guts out. Quarterback-wise, we just felt like we needed change. We need a spark. We started out with EJ. He's had 2 or 3 really good weeks of practice, and just felt like he deserved to get out there and start. We were going to play JB too. Our plan was to play both the guys. They were squeezing. They were taking RJ away. It was more of a quarterback-oriented run, at least the first half. And JB, we stuck with him. He did some really good things. Matter of fact, both of them did some good things as far as that goes. But right now, I mean, we've got to play clean football to have a chance to win. That's the bottom line. And we didn't play clean enough to win. Questions?
What did you see from JB as the game went on, and as you see your starting quarterback going forward?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll watch what's going on. He was really calm. He handled himself, really well, just on the sideline and everything that goes with it. I made some plays, extended plays on third down. There was 2 big third down runs he had. He's a run threat, but EJ did some good things when he was in there early too.
Gus, is KJ healthy, and what was the discussion like when you told him that he wasn't going to get started?
Yeah, I mean, KJ's a winner. He handled the situation like a champion would. I know he's a competitor who's wanting to be out there, but he helped those guys, helped our coaches, sideline, everything that we needed.
Coach, the defense was on the field for 33 minutes. You mentioned earlier that they did have trouble on third down, but what was it in the red zone you saw in them that kind of closed in and keep points off the board?
Yeah, they did a great job on the turnovers in the red zone, keeping the field goals. Obviously that last one was tough. We had a busted coverage on that last one with the number 3 receiver running a 7 cut. But, our defense fought. I think our defense played their best game. It's good to build upon. Obviously, when you play 2 new quarterbacks, there's a lot of things that go into it, a few growing pains. I mean, obviously, that very last one, a 10-second runoff and didn't snap the ball, that was a tough one. But that's to be expected. We just got to play better.
You mentioned the 10 penalties for 75 yards. How do you explain the continued lack of discipline?
Yeah, that wasn't good. The first one was really tough. That first penalty in the first drive was really tough. There was a really tough one down here in the end zone too on the pass interference. But there was a couple new ones as far as a new quarterback. We did start a new center. Marcellus made his first start at center. So starting a new quarterback, new center, there's going to be a few things that you'll have some growing pains with.
Coach, what were some of the key adjustments mid-game that managed to kind of keep you guys in contention right up until the last drive there?
Yeah, I mean, we had the negative play. I think we were down by 3. Had the negative play on the sack. That was a real tough play, I guess, into the third quarter. But JB did a good job with the RPO game, the run game, the way they're playing. They got a good defense.
What went into the decision to call a timeout before the kick to make it 13 points?
On which one now?
The timeout right before the Bryant's kick to make 13 points.
You talking about the last drive? Yeah, because we need to save the time. I mean, you're either going to save the time on the front end or the back end. I felt really good about that.
Coach, what does it mean to have the Lake Mary Little League team honored during the game?
Yeah, I mean, hats off. They're champs, and we're real proud of them, being from here in Orlando.
Coach, you were talking about how they were crashing the line, preventing the running game from getting really going. What other changes could be made to help with the blocking?
Yeah, I think at this point, we got to evaluate everything. We got to find a way to manufacture more points. I mean, you're looking. We had to kick field goals in the red zone too. Grant's done a super job with that. But we as coaches, we got to help our guys out, and we got to be creative. That number 2 they had, he's a full-grown man. He's probably as good as any defensive tackle in the country, and we had our hands full with him most of the day.
Coach, at the last couple of losses, you mentioned the goals are still ahead of you for the season. After this one, are your goals still ahead of you, or is it going to be?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. You look at this conference. I mean, there's a lot of parity. You see it every week. We just got to find a way to win next week. We got to find a way to get better, to clean up some things. We got to play clean football. You know, we're capable of playing good football, and that's my job to figure it out. And we need to do that before we go to Iowa State. I mean, playing a really good team on the road.
I guess you look at the quarterback position, like you mentioned, you made changes and everything with KJ. What do you guys need to do at that position? I mean, you're halfway through the season. I mean, what do you want to see out of that group now that you moving forward for the rest of the year?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it gave us a spark there at times. There's no doubt. We had some explosive plays. We got out of some things, and extended some plays. So there's a lot of things to grow from that. But you're exactly right. I mean, we're right in the middle of the season. It's time to start playing good football, and we got to figure that out.
Coach, anything KJ hasn't been doing maybe that you saw? That
No, we just, with the team we have, I just felt like we needed a spark, and and that's what we did. I mean, KJ, he's a winner, there's no doubt, but it just felt real strong that we needed spark and make changes, and there was sparks at times. We should have put more points on the board, we didn't, but there was a lot of good things that happened.
You went on a 13-play drive, 93
Yeah.
yards, most yards on a drive this season, 8 minutes off the clock, settled for a field goal.
Yeah.
Why do you think that the offense continues to bog down in the red zone?
Well, I mean, we had the one, I guess we were on the 2 or 3, and it kind of bounced out, and we took a -3. So, like I said, it kind of goes back to we've got to do a good job helping our guys, whatever that means, and finding a way to get in the end zone. And, I don't know what the average field position was, but we were on our side a whole lot, had a few long drives, and we got to get in the end zone.
Ja'Cory Brown was a threat with the read option today. How much does that open things up for the passing game?
Yeah, and that's kind of, as far as EJ did some good things, but, we were planning on playing them both, especially the first 10 or 11, 12 plays, and he kind of gave us a spark, and, looking, and of course you can look on the iPads now and you can see it in real time, and, they were crashing, they were taking away our running backs, and just felt like, he needed to stay in there. He made some plays with his feet, and he kind of settled down.
2 fumbles back to back early in the game. How do you help your team get back on track?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you fumble the football, I mean, you can't fumble the football. I mean, that's the bottom line. The first drive, I mean, we're moving. I mean, you took the ball. If we were going to take the ball first anyway, I think they deferred, but felt really good, and get down there. We fumbled on our side of the deal, and then we get the ball on the 10-yard line, and we throw a deal. They were blitzing, exactly what we thought. Threw it out there, and somebody knocked out of his hand. So to be able to play, you got to hold on to the football. And obviously, starting out the game, first quarter, that's not how you want. Especially, we've got behind the last 3 games. Now, we won the TCU game, but we were behind. We got to find a way to come out quicker and play better football early. And obviously, that wasn't done because of the fumbles.
Gus, down by 9 with 5 minutes left in the game. It seemed like there was a lack of urgency to getting the guys to the line. Was it play calls getting in slow? Was it a new quarterback?
We were a lot faster than we were last week. We still got to continue to do that. I mean, obviously you have a new quarterback and everything that goes with it, but we were trying to score a touchdown on that last drive. We had the 3 timeouts, and so there's that fine line of hurrying fast to screw up and then getting plays done, and we were still in decent shape. I mean, obviously that last time I'd like to throw that thing in the end zone and see what happened, but we're just got to keep improving.
Coach, heartbreaking loss here. How do you look ahead to a tough Iowa State?
Yeah, well, we've got to, like I said, our guys fought their guts out. I will say that. That's the positive. And we got as coaches, we got to figure out a way to clean things up and play better football, and go to Iowa State, one of the better teams in college football right now, and we got to figure out a way to win.
Coach, that's 2 touchdowns in your last 8 quarters. I know you know the answers. How do you execute those answers?
Yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to find ways to score touchdowns. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, that's what we got to do. We can't keep spinning our wheels, and we've been doing that really the last 3 games. And we got to break out of it. And my experience is, if you break out of it, you break out of it the rest of the year, and that's what we got to do. We got to have one of those games that we push the ball down the field, make plays down the field, and not just get wadded up inside the 5-yard line.
Coach, as you said before, the running game was struggled to develop consistency. Was there any particular reason why we didn't see Penny Boone out there?
We had Miles back, and having Miles back, that's a big deal for us, and RJ. So I don't know how many RJ carries, but probably need 17. So we probably need to give him a few more times anyway.
Gus, on that last field goal drive. Was there any conversation of going for it on fourth down and just taking a shot?
No, we needed points. I mean, at that situation, you got to score. You got to take the points with what it is. And then obviously we were hoping that we'd get a 3 and out. We didn't get a 3 and out. They got a first down, but the 2-minute warning, it changes the game. We got the ball back. Obviously, we got it way back, and we were just trying to get it to where we got it. I mean, it worked out. You get inside the 30-yard line, you got your play that you always call, and we just got sacked.
Coach, welcome back to the locker room after this loss. What is the current state of mind of the team right now, and what is your message to them going into the game, going away next week? Yeah, well, we're gonna put this behind us. I mean, we're disappointed, but our guys fought. They understand we got to play good football to have a chance to win. You know, getting a chance to go play one of the top teams in the country, our guys will get over this one, and we'll practice tomorrow and we'll get ready. And we need to play better football and to have a chance to win.
A few more. Guess you. I mean, in the offseason, you talk about disappointing what happened last year with this team. This year, I mean, you seem that you're in a 3-game losing streak. What, in your mind, what do you guys feel like you need to do to kind of get through that?
Well, we have a 3-game lose. You're exactly right. It can't be 4. I mean, that's what we have to have mindset-wise. I mean, anytime you put new quarterbacks out there, there's a lot of different dynamics that go with that. I really expect us to improve, and I really expect us to improve greatly on offense the second time out with everything that goes with it. I do think our defense has some things to build upon. I think they did a really good job. That was the number 2 offense in the Big 12. They did a good job. Obviously, the third downs, the 9-16, we got to correct that. But there was a lot of good things that happened. But we got to find a way to not make it 4. And then get to going playing good football. Last year it was 5, and then we won, and then we started playing good football. We got to do it this week.
EJ Coulson, you threw him out there as a true freshman. What was kind of your mindset behind that, and how do you think he did?
EJ is a very talented young man. I mean, he won 3 state championships, MVP 2. He has that it factor. There's no doubt. And so, you know, last week he really took the number 2 reps and just felt like he gave us a spark. He's practiced extremely well against our 1 defense, and you know, he's got a chance to be a really, really good player.
Coach, Kobe ended up getting a majority of the looks there on receiving. Just what ended up kind of leading to that, and how you kind of see that, like, either first.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Kobe ended up getting the majority of the targets, vast majority of the targets. When you look at the pass game, how integral it's been to that, and would we see?
Yeah, I mean, Kobe's a big time player. You know, we had the one, we almost got to Trent on the double move right there down there. Javaris, you know, he got behind him a couple of times, and our protection broke down late in the game on that. But you know, we've got other receivers. Chauncey made a really good play on that 4th down and 2. He almost scored a touchdown there. So you know, we've got a pretty healthy set of receivers.
Last one here.
You talked earlier this season about your defensive players getting home. They got home a few times today. How do you keep that going through the rest
Yeah,
of the season?
that was one of the best things that happened. I mean, we harassed that quarterback, and we got home a few times. And so that was a real positive, you know, that we can take the rest of the season.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you all.